So it looks like it is definitive that Neve Campbell will not be returning to the Scream franchise. Now this isn't new information, we've known this for quite some months, but a recent interview Neve did with People magazine pretty much put a final nail in the coffin for her potential return. While speaking to People, she did say, as a woman in this business, I think it's really important for us to be valued and to fight to be valued. I honestly don't believe that if I were a man and had done 5 installments of a huge blockbuster franchise over 25 years, that the number I was offered would be the number that would be offered to a man. And in my soul, I just couldn't do that. I couldn't walk on set feeling that. Feeling undervalued and feeling the unfairness or lack of fairness around that. And I do agree with her. I think when you look at Neve Campbell and the character of Sidney Prescott, she's played her now for over 25 years, over 5 different movies, and what honestly makes the Scream franchise different than other horror franchises is it is consistent. If you look at Halloween, Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, none of them have particularly been consistent. They've had some great movies, but they've also had some awful movies thrown in there as well. Scream has never had that problem, and I think a big part of that is the character of Sidney Prescott, portrayed by Neve Campbell. It will also be interesting to see what happens once this movie goes into post-production and the marketing and advertising gets ramped up. When you look at Scream 5, a huge part of that was down to the original trio. Neve Campbell, David Arquette and Courtney Cox were all interviewed, and they were the ones really promoting this new movie. I just can't see them not asking Courtney Cox how she feels about Neve Campbell not returning, particularly as she is now the only original cast member still with the franchise. But it will also be quite fun to see what they do with the franchise next and where the story goes. I think watching Scream 5, it was great to have Sidney Prescott and the gang back together, but one thing I think a lot of people agree with is they didn't necessarily need to be there. So it'll be exciting to see what they do with these new characters. It is just unfortunate that this news has happened at the same time. Again, I do commend Neve Campbell for not returning to the franchise and knowing her worth, but let's see how this affects Scream 6 and potentially Scream 7. Because Neve Campbell has also said she is open to returning to the franchise. She's not closing the chapter at all, but if she does come back for Scream 7, she just wants to make sure the salary is right. And again, she deserves it. I think if they do anything with the Scream movies right now, it will be something like a trilogy. When you look at franchises today, particularly horror franchises, they are all going down that trilogy route that the new Halloween has structured. David Gordon Green's Halloween is wrapping up its trilogy soon, and the Exorcist trilogy will be starting up also. So I think having a Scream trilogy just makes sense with the time we're in right now. So I think Scream will go down that same route, and potentially they could open up an offer to maybe have Sidney have a cameo at the end of Scream 6 and then appear full time in Scream 7. Who knows? But it will just be exciting to see what happens over the next year and how this does develop. This will also be a much different movie. It's meant to be a lot gorier and different than what Wes Craven gave us with the first original movies and what Radio Silence have given us with Scream 5. Apparently they're going to go all in with their style. But I do want to know, are you excited to see this movie, and how do you feel about Neve Campbell not returning? Are you still going to go see Scream 6, and do you think there will be a Scream 7? As always guys, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.